Hello, good morning, everybody. How are you on this wonderful Monday morning? Facebook was a little bit slow. It still looked like it's a little bit slow today. So we'll just go and do what we have to do. We cannot help it, So enjoy this. It's a wonderful morning. And here we are. Big fluffy sweater today. Just trying to make it feel comfortable. It looks like it's going to be one of those days where we have everything happening at the same time. So here we go. And I'm just getting others to come in. We're a little bit late because Facebook was a little slow starting up this morning. So I am enjoying the day and getting ready. So here we go. Good morning, everybody. And how are you on this morning, Corinne? Thank you for being here. Um, Today when I woke up, I said I am firing on all cylinders today. Really, So there I am, just doing this. Um, yes, I am. I felt really good this morning, waking up and having fun with the morning. So here's your mantra for today. I have the power to change. Your vein of gold is your blessings for today. So you have the power to change, and then you have your vein of gold. So I try to put them together so that we can have this kind of conversation about it. We all have a vein of gold. We tap into this vein of gold. I have to read from my iPad since it was so slow. Um, some of it wasn't coming out properly. So I have to read from the iPad. So in order for us to get this vein of gold into into us, we must look at going on in our life, all the journeys that we're taking. Good morning, Yoko. How are you this morning? So in order to do it properly, that vein of gold has to be tapped. We all have that vein of gold. The journey, the quest, the pilgrimage, looking for a vision. We always keep looking for that. The vision to your vein of gold is your journey. So you are going to find out what it is that truly makes you, this wonderful and amazing you. We all have a life full of magic, a life of grace and complete power. We all have it. Nobody has more than you. Some people use theirs faster than others. Good morning, Ezra. We, excuse me, we all have inner resources, which not like it's not in it's there. We all have inner resources, but we haven't mined it yet. Like when the guy goes looking for gold, they have to mine it, and it is even unknown. And certainly, it is not something that we can acknowledge because we don't know we have it. So, but it is a treasure. We have that treasure between us, and that treasure is what we need to use for us to get to our vein of gold. We have like a special DNA, unique only to us. So what might be great for the vein of gold for somebody else is not your vein of gold. Your vein of gold is unique to you. You have to tap into it. It's like the miners. When they go to get the gold, they tap into a vein. When they find a vein, they don't let it go. That doesn't mean it just runs right through, like even in our body. The blood doesn't flow through our veins at all times the same way. If we sit too long and we press on it, it won't flow. So it's the same thing. If they wait and they don't dig and they don't push at it, they won't get to the vein of gold. It's the same thing in our minds. If we don't stay focused on that vein of gold that we have, we won't be able to push through to it. So that is the same thing we have to do. This means that we have special gifts and talents. Only we carry. Nobody else has them. Much more than we could ever imagine. When we begin the awareness and seek to find and devote ourselves to going spiritually, it is like a prospector going to find the gold, looking for the gold. This is why I call it your vein of gold. You must seek to find your vein, what it is. What is your special vein of gold that you have? The moment you unmind it, the moment you find it, you will begin to reap the success of the prospectors. So the minute you get there, just like a prospector, when he finds the vein of gold, he starts ripping it out. First, he might find very small nuggets of gold. You see them in the slough, they're going up and down with it. But they will continue digging. You will notice the nuggets are getting brighter and they get bigger until you strike the mother payload. So they get this big vein of gold. As a prospector, they get prepared to do this for some time before they hit the real big source of the gold. They don't stop. As we continue to dig our vein of gold, we'll find dross. That is what the prospectors call it, DROSS, which is like waste, stuff that is not good. And that is what we do when we are searching for what it is we want in our life. We're going to find the garbage we need to get rid of. We're going to find the people we need to put on the side. We're going to find the things we know we shouldn't be doing, we don't like. We're going to come across some difficulties trying to get to that success. We want to build something. We want to learn something. We want to create something. And it's not working the same way. So that is the garbage. That is the waste. The refuse, what nobody wants, which we need to clear in order for us to find our true vein of gold. This takes time. And with effort and persistence, determination and focus, it can happen. But it does not just happen like that. No, it doesn't happen like that. As a prospector, be prepared to do this for some time before striking gold. As we continue to dig in, we'll get it. But we have to keep going. Your vein of gold is located in your heart. That is where your vein of gold is, in your heart. Your heart is a place where creative notions and hints to try to do something different or new lies. So it's in our heart. You know that. We all know that. And sometimes we don't pay attention to it. So all what we want to do starts from the heart. That is why I like you to nurture your heart, to spend time and make your heart feel love and exercise it. Paying attention to those creative hints. So when you get that hint, you need to pay attention, and acting on them brings magical result. You know you get a hint that you shouldn't drive this way today, but because it's habit or because it's this, you just go. Um, and then you find out, oh, I should have gone the other way because I had to pick something up at the store. Or you get a hint you should call somebody and you don't call them, then you find out maybe you should, something happened and you're regretting now. You got a hint that you should apply for this job or try this new thing, but you said no, 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 no. But your vein of gold, once you tap into it, will be sending hints. If you go looking for something and you get hints, you need to pay attention and practice the hints. If you are wishing in your head, even if you haven't spoken it out loud or you haven't spoken to somebody about it, but you have this dream, this desire, what you want, and the minute you do that, you're sending messages out to your heart, to everything around you, to get ready to help you. So you might get a hint. And when you get that hint, you need to pay attention to that hint. You need to say, oh, I got that hint. I should follow that. You mightn't at the time associate that hint with what you planned, but you should go. But you have to be in tune with yourself for you to hear that. So seeking your vein of gold is productive time. It's always connecting with self and asking self, what can I do better today? What can I do better in this moment? What can I do in this situation to turn it around? So you have to connect there. Constantly seeking to find your vein of gold is going to keep you in the moment and force you to work towards bringing it up into fruition. So that is and that is where the magic begins. Once you see, you keep knocking and looking for that vein. It's like, you know what a vein looks like? It's the same thing like in our body. It's there. Once you find it and you tap into it, blood will flow, resources will come, opportunities will come knocking at the door. You have to remember that when searching for the vein of gold, you may have to do silly things. You might have to do things you think that are silly, like taking yourself on a date with self, like going somewhere to do something stupid. That is what the thought might be. The hint might say, today, why don't you just get dressed in something very fancy and go out today? And you wonder why, and nothing happens. But you set the energy for that beautiful you in the beautiful outfit, something you like, and you felt good. So that might be the beginning of making you feel good. The better you feel, the more productive you become. So going on a walk to connect with nature, sitting with self. These are the little silly things you'll be doing. Learning to love being with self. Like learning to love, some people say, I don't like to be by myself. That is not really productive. When you tap into the vein of gold, you go and you ask for guidance and you're seeking, I want to succeed, I have this I want to do, I want to buy my house, I want to pay it off, I want to start my excuse me, my business, I want it to do better. Once you start that, you're going to get little hints. Get dressed today and go. Walk somewhere, go do something different. I'm feeling the intensity of your heart and hearing your breath causing through your body. This is one of the things you will feel. So we can put our hand on our heart and we can feel it going doom doom doom. Okay, we don't hear it all the time, but we can feel it, and but we will the breath. So the opposite goes. You can hear your breath and feel your heartbeat a little bit deeper, and that is what happens when you are in that vein of gold. Nothing will stop you. It's like being excited, but excited because you know you're going to be successful doing what you do. Being conscious that you feel the blood flowing through you. Yes, you can bring yourself to that state of perfect consciousness when you can actually feel the blood flowing. You can get to that level. It takes time, but when you are deep into thinking of what it is I'm working on and your intent, you will feel everything in your body. You will feel your body. You will feel your heartbeat. You will actually feel it hitting you in the chest. Not a pain, but you will feel it. You will hear it. And your breath, you'll notice your breath. You can actually hear the breath going in and out, and you can hear it. So that is how intense you get when you find your veil of gold, because you know you're winning. You know you're on the top. You know you're excited. You know, oh my God, I finally found the answer. And that is where you're going to get it. So to find your vein of gold, you must explore the sight and the songs around you, your attitude, the relationships you have, how spiritual you are. And then learn to do just a little bit of healing on yourself and give you the strength to find humility. I am so happy, I'm grateful, I appreciate things like that. You have to put yourself in that way to do what your heart craves, and that is what it craves. Open the door to the magic. You will find the magic. Gold signifies riches, right? And wealth. So tap into your vein of gold and let the magic of your ideas and your riches and your wealth come through. Because if you don't do that, you won't be able to find that wonderful vein of gold. We all have it. But when you go looking for it, be prepared to get hints. Be prepared to get ideas. Be, be prepared to listen. Be prepared to hear somebody else giving you a tip. It might be a silly, silly, silly tip. If you're looking for a way to do something that you know is in your heart's desire, I know I can do it. I can succeed at it. That job is mine. And a hint said to you, why don't you walk into the bookstore today? And you walk into the bookstore and you might find a book, not one you might buy, but you can see the title of the book will give you some encouragement. You will look up, you will see a street sign that will give you some encouragement. You will look up, you'll see a billboard somewhere that you'll say, just do it. But you have walked that street so many times before. How come you never saw that billboard, which has been there for years? But today it flashed at you and said, just do it. So you're seeking, you're looking for that success, and you are planting that seed. So when you go looking for it, you must find it. But you need to pay attention for it. When you are going to prospect for gold, you have to dig. You have to get the garbage out of the way. You have to get the rocks out of the way. You have to take the little successes and celebrate them. When these people are digging for gold and they get 5 or 6 little nuggets, tiny little nuggets, that tells them success is at the door. That tells them, yes, you can do it. Keep trying. And that is what they do. So this is one of the things you need to remember. Don't give up. Find your vein of gold. Work on it until you find your vein of gold. And if there is anything blocking that vein of gold, you have to remember to move it. If a little idea comes along and tell you shift over here, you shift that. You touch that, you touch that. You need to be in the moment every day with your vein of gold. You're looking for success. Gold means wealth. It means riches. That's what you're seeking. And you want to be successful. As you know, Wealth and riches doesn't always have to do with money. You can have an abundance of good health. You can have an abundance of physical health. You can have, of course, money. You can have abundance of emotional health. You feel strong. You feel mentally prepared to take on challenges. You can handle the. You can take on the information and handle the information. That is all of that is wealth. So when you're tapping for your vein of gold, when you're looking for that special thing, when you have a plan and your heart is telling you turn left, 2 steps to the right, you need to do that because you have sent the message out. I am going to be successful. I'm going to try this. Then, when those little tiny hints show up, your job is to follow them, see where they lead, because you never know that tiny idea that just popped into your head today might lead you to. If you're looking for a house and it says to you, you know what, why don't you call this person today? They might be, then do that. If you're looking for something else, do that. Because whatever it is you're seeking for, the ideas will come. But if you dash them to the side, how can you open that vein? How can you get the blood out of the vein? How can you find the way to your nugget? How can you be the prospector that wins when you went digging for gold? Because that is what you're doing. When you're trying and you're looking to succeed, you're digging for gold. And when you're digging for gold, the road is not smooth. And when you're digging for gold, you're going to come across dross. And dross is waste. Dross is stuff that has no value. But you have to get them out of the way to get to the true thing. And you cannot give up. So this is my message for you today. Mine your vein of gold. Go find your vein of gold. Pick it up, look at it, and seek it out because that is where it really is. So sending you light and joy on this wonderful, amazing morning. I hope you find you realize whatever it is you're looking for is your vein of gold and you need to get it. Yoko, hi, hello, Debbie. Oh, hi, Debbie. How are you guys? So, what I hope you like that, your vein of gold, and I hope you enjoy it. So tonight I don't have a guest for my IG live, but I am going to be doing one in a confidence is a different way. It's quite unique, something I came up with over the weekend. So if dropping at 7, if I don't get one of you to sign up to get coached by me, I'm going to be doing it by myself. So how would you feel? I'm standing there coaching myself, not really. So you know me, I'll talk, but I'm looking for someone. I send the note out. Nobody has challenged me to want to be coached by me. Are you guys afraid of me? I am not a bad coach. I won't whip you. I'll just talk to you. So sending you light and joy on this wonderful morning, and keep up your day. Don't forget your mantra for today. I had to use the iPad. I couldn't get anything going this morning. That happens now and again. I have the power to change. You have the power to change. And the whole talk was on finding your vein of gold. So you have the power to change, so you can change and do whatever you want to do. Remember that. And keep looking for your vein of gold. And when you find it, do not let it go. Just move the blockage and make it work. So sending you light and joy on this wonderful morning. Have fun. Talk to you guys later. Bye.